Hi friends, welcome to the Unit 3 Day 1 notes. This is example 3, graphing from Intercept Form. So with Intercept Form, what we have is we have the X-Intercepts. The X-Intercepts are what values would make this 0. So what you do is you set each part that's in parentheses. So this x minus 2, you're going to set that equal to 0 and then solve. Because it's inside the parentheses, you can drop the parentheses. So x is going to equal 2. So 2 comma 0 is one of the x-intercepts. And then x plus 4 equals 0, minus 4 on both sides. X equals negative 4. So negative 4 comma 0 is another one. Oh, sorry. Got to flip back to my red pin. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2. To find the vertex is the averages between the x values. So if I add the 2 together and then divide by 2, so if I add 2 plus negative 4 together and divide by 2, that's going to give me my vertex. So to get the vertex, 2 plus negative 4 is negative 2. Negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. So the vertex is at negative 1. Remember, this is your x-coordinate. This is your x-coordinate. To get your y-coordinate, we have to plug that into our our equation, see what we get. So I'm going to plug in y equals opposite of negative 1 minus 2 times negative 1 plus 4. Opposite negative 1 minus 2 is negative 3. Negative 1 plus 4 is 3, so that's going to be positive 3 times 3, so that's 9. So I'm going to have negative 1 comma 9. 6, 7. Ah, that's right. This one is the one that I need to adjust. So it just goes just above where we're at. So I think I can go by 2s. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and change my scale to 2s instead. So if I do that, then this will be there. So that's down. So I'm going by 2s. So each square here is 2 units. There we go. And then here, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, halfway is 9. So there's my vertex. Remember, your vertex is your axis of symmetry. So we can reflect. Again, drawing it in. And then we will erase this because it's not part of our final graph. Looks like I can get the y-intercept. That would be a good point to get. So to plug in, we're going to plug in 0 for x to get our y-intercept. So to get our y-intercept, plug in 0 for x. So I have y equals opposite 0 minus 2 times 0 plus 4, 0 plus 4. So that's going to be opposite of negative 2 times 4, so that's going to be 8. Looks like it's 8. So our y-intercept is 0, comma 8. It's going to be here, and then if I reflect across, it's here. Now, in the last video, we talked about kind of a system that you can follow. And if you remember, we traveled, following the vertical stretch. We traveled. Now, this one, it looks a little bit weird because we changed our scale. It's very important to note that. And I was consistent with changing the scale. So this time, remember, each half square I'm going over is 1. So in this case, I'm going over 1 to the right and then down 1. I'm going over 1 to the left and down 1. I'm going down again because we have a negative a value here, negative 1. That means it's going to open down. And then continuing following that trend, I could go, 2 over to the right and then down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So right here, that is in fact another point. Similarly on their side. And then this one is over 3 to the right and then down 9 and so on, following that scale. So be careful doing that with your scale. If you have to change your scale, it's best to change both the x and the y-axis. Notice that I changed both. I did not change just my y-axis, though I could. And then again, make sure that we erase our axis of symmetry, because that is not part of the graph, though we use it to obtain the graph. Thank you for joining me on example 3, graphing from intercept form. It's a little bit easier, I think, to graph from intercept form if you're just trying to focus on the intercepts. We were able to also use this to graph finding the vertex and the axis symmetry as well. Join me in the next video as we convert and write each equation into vertex form and then graph.